And perhaps I had too utopian a vision of what a new Europe might be like. The Balkans War was a serious and ghastly setback in the pursuit of union, but nevertheless the term European had come to mean something different. And I was proud to describe myself and my family as British and European citizens. At the front of all our passports, the words read European Union, and then United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. If Brexit happens, those first words will be erased, and I will offer it to immigration officials around the world with less pride than I presently do. The first time I was back on the continent after the referendum, on the busy, colourful streets of Ghent and Bruges, I felt distinctly uncomfortable, bordering on shame that my country was now seeking to unravel all that had been achieved. Even more embarrassed had those European citizens known that the Brexit campaigners had deceived the British people with their false and deliberately misleading slogans and speeches. £350 million a week going to the NHS. Where is the £350 million today? As our emergency rooms, hospitals and surgeries are in the grip of a crisis unlike anything the National Health Service has ever experienced. And it is not money alone that has triggered this crisis. Doctors, nurses and staff are quitting, many of them to return to the countries they left when they sought to find a better life in the UK. Now we have told them, in effect, we don't want you, go home. Let's be clear, without immigrants, the economy of our nation would simply decline. In conclusion, I would like to read to you a few passages of a Brexit research report by the Centre for Economic Performance, which is politically independent. It is the research centre at the London School of Economics, and it says, our analysis first quantifies the static effects of Brexit on trade and income. In an optimistic scenario, the UK, like Norway, obtains full access to the EU single market. We calculate this results in a drop of 1.3% on average UK incomes, or £850 per household. In a pessimistic scenario with larger increases in trade costs, Brexit lowers income by 2.6%, £1,700 per household. All EU countries lose income after Brexit. The overall effect on GDP in the UK is between 26 and 55 billion. In the long run, reduced trade lowers productivity. Factoring in these effects substantially increases the cost of Brexit to a loss of 6.3% to 9.5% of GDP, about £4,200 to £6,400 per household. These figures indicate a loss of national income on the most probable current exit scenario of £2 billion per week, or 100 billion a year. Although it's always hard to assess what the economic future may bring, there are many uncertainties. We consistently find that by reducing trade, Brexit would lower UK living standards. So, I want to urge that we are given the opportunity to think again. Now that we are learning the real cost of Brexit, arguments from the heart and head point in the same direction. Some time ago, another independent economic think tank reported that it could be 20 years before the economy of the UK would stabilise after Brexit. Millions like me will be saying to themselves, well, that will not be in my lifetime. And finally, I just want to quote some words that were written over 350 years ago. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as any manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Thank you, John Donne. Thank you, all of you.